thank you so much for joining me back here. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's fine. I just haven't been feeling very motivated lately. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I feel like my hormones are so much more out of whack with this pregnancy than they were with my first. And I don't know. I just haven't been feeling it. But here I am. Today we're going to do my September reading wrap up. I have to say, I was a lot more hopeful for September than what I actually achieved. I really wanted to read more than I did. With that being said, my goal was to read more in September than I did in August, which I did achieve barely. In August, I read 2 books. In September, I read 3. So I'm making a little more progress, right? But not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I'm technically still ahead of my goal. According to Goodreads, my goal is to read 60 books by the end of the year. I am currently at 52. So I am 7 books ahead of schedule. Great. That's good for me. Oh wait. Hold on, I'm going back and looking through my Goodreads. Maybe I read more in September than I thought I did. When did I read this one? Oh, I read more in September than I thought I did. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I actually read more than I thought I did in September. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books in September, which is 2 more than I thought. Cool. Yeah, 5 is way better than 2. I'm happy with that. Progress. Am I out of my reading slump? Don't know that I would say that, but I'm making progress towards that way. All right, enough of that. So I'm not going to go in order. I'm going to go by series, I guess, because I read 3 books from the Matchmakers of Huckleberry Hill series by Jennifer Beckstrand. These are Amish romance books that I thoroughly enjoy. I thoroughly enjoy her as an author. I talk about her fairly often here on my channel, so I'm not going to go too heavy with that. Gentle. Sam got fingerprints on my camera. So like I say, I read 3 books from this series this month. I read Huckleberry Harvest, Huckleberry Hearts, and Return to Huckleberry Hill. All 3 of these. I did a reading vlog on the first 2. If you were interested in, I don't know, some different thoughts. I won't say more in-depth thoughts because I don't really give a whole lot of spoilers. I do mention some trigger warnings for Huckleberry Harvest. Alcohol abuse is a trigger warning for that one. If that's something you try to stay away from, don't read that one. Huckleberry Hearts was my favorite in the series so far, I think, which is not weird. Weird is not the right word, but this one specifically focuses on the granddaughter, but she has left the Amish community, so she's no longer Amish, but it's still within the world because Anna and Felty are her Amish grandparents, and she goes to stay with them for a little bit. So yeah, it's not technically centered around an Amish romance, but it is still in that world. My favorite of the series so far. Predictable, but super enjoyable. And then I recently finished Return to Huckleberry Hill. Hold on, what was this one about? Because I'm as I am recording this and reading the next one in this series, so that's the one that's in my brain right now. What was this one about? What was this one about? Dude, pregnancy brain, guys. Oh, okay, I got it. So in this one, their grandson ends up coming to stay with them for a little bit, and he has left his own community, not like left it, but something happens back home. He wants some distance from what has happened. He comes to live with his grandparents for a little bit, and then this girl from his original community comes to try to talk him back into going back with them, into coming back home. So that's what happens in that one. Again, these are all kind of predictable. I just don't feel like they're very hard to guess what is going to happen, but they're enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoy them. And I'm really liking the one that I'm reading right now. But that's for next month. Anyways. So I did read those 3. In addition to those 3, I listened to Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. I feel like I've seen a lot of books by her that have become popular here on BookTube. This is the first book I think I've read by her myself. With that being said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a fairly quick read. I listened to this while I was painting trim in my house after Sam had gone to bed a couple nights. And like I say, it was pretty good. It kind of gave me Viking vibes. So in this one, the main character, listen, when it comes to audiobooks, I'm terrible at remembering names. I do so much better with names if I can physically read them, so I don't remember anybody's name from this book because I listened to it in an audiobook format. But the main character is part of this clan group, whatever you want to call it, who is kind of always at war with another one. So there's 2 different clans. Her clan is at war with this other one. They come together, is it every year, every 5 years? I think it's every year, to fight on like the anniversary of the first big fight that put a split between their clans or something like that. And she gets captured by this other clan, which in itself is shameful. It's not, I don't know, it's not one of those deals where if you're captured, they come after you and that kind of stuff. You're kind of shamed because you shouldn't have got captured in the first place. And I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but she knows someone who is in this other clan, turns out. And she's kind of confused by the whole situation. Like I say, some Viking vibes, kind of gory at times, but not too bad. There is a little bit of romance, but nothing super spicy or explicit or anything like that. Overall, very enjoyable. I was kind of afraid partway through that it was going to be a series, but I don't think it is. On Goodreads, it says #1 next to it. Personally, I don't think there needs to be any more. I thought the ending sufficed. I thought it was a good closure. So yeah, I don't know if there's more to this series. If there is, I don't think it's necessary. I think this book is fine as a standalone. And then the last book I want to talk about was probably one of my favorites of the month. That one, this one, or Huckleberry Hearts was really good. I finally read, A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer. I think that's how you say it. I never get this right. Yeah, I finally read this. It's been on my TBR shelf almost 2 years now, at least, I think. I don't know, too long. Everybody raves about this series. Everyone says it's so good. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling that I thought did a pretty good job at being a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I have to say. I do plan on making a dedicated video review, book talk video about this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail other than to say it was good. I read it in both formats. I read my physical copy as well as the ebook copy on Scribd. I went back and forth depending on where I was at, what was going on, all that kind of stuff. I will say I think I liked it a lot better than if I had listened to it as an audiobook. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but there are some war elements to it, some political elements to it. There's definitely, of course, some romance to it, but not explicit, at least not in this one. I do plan on continuing on with the series. I recently made a video saying all the series that I need to finish, and when I mentioned this one, I said if I liked it, I would continue on. If I didn't, I might not. I did like it enough to continue on with the series. I have the next one saved on Scribd, actually. So yeah, I liked it enough to continue on with it. I'm excited to see what happens. Especially because the ending, like, wow. Anyways, so yeah, there we go. I read 5 books. 5 books in September, which is great. 2 more, 3 more, 2 more than I thought I read originally upon starting this video. You see how prepared I come to these. Anyways, so far, October is not looking as promising. Yeah. Have I finished any books this month so far? To be fair, it's only the 5th when I'm recording this. I don't think I've finished any books so far this month, but that's okay. I still have time. I just know that this month is busy. And then next month I'm banking on my baby being born. So we'll see if that either heightens how much I'm going to read or lowers it. Could go either way. I read a lot at nighttime feedings with Sam to try to stay awake because I'm afraid to nurse while asleep. I'm afraid I'm going to suffocate my baby. So I read just to keep myself awake when I nursed Sam. Plan on doing the same thing with this one, so that I might be reading more towards the end of the year. I don't know yet. That's besides the point. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. You guys are awesome. I'm so thankful for you. And we'll be back here next time, guys. See ya. And if you want a bump update, I can't fit my shirts anymore because they, show the bottom half of my belly. But here she is in all of her glory, in all of my stretch marks. She's huge all the time. Really, I do these for me so I can look back on these videos later on down the road and see, hey, I was that big. I was that big. Because I don't really take a lot of pictures and stuff when I'm pregnant. Anyways, bye.